After Shift Up bait and switched gamers the world over who wanted nothing more than to have an uncensored crack at playing video games, does Dragami Studios have what it takes to pick up where they left off? Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and that's what I'm asking today when I see headlines like this. Lollipop Chainsaw repop producer assures fans the original devs have the same feeling about censorship as you do. Let me tell you, homie, that is a bold claim because we have made our thoughts on censorship very clear. In fact, there have been petitions. We all know about the Free Stellar Blade petition. I can't do live streams even a month later. Hypnotic can't do live streams even a month later without seeing individuals super chat with the words hashtag Free Stellar Blade. It is actually really amazing. So when gamers have made their statement very clear, for you to publicly come out and say you have the same feelings as we do, you are very much putting your game in the light, putting it into a potential social and political controversy ahead of release that I hope you are ready for. So we're going to go ahead and get into this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and we're going to get into this. And once again, seeking to ease the fears regarding the remake's commitment to honoring its source material. You know what, let's stop right there. Honoring the source material. That's a good point. It's not just a censorship issue. This is a remake of a video game. A lot of remakes lately are, they're the original game in name only, when really they're a completely different and utterly crap experience. Resident Evil 3. So yeah, we want this game not only uncensored, because it is a great game, and it's a game that's kind of difficult to get your hands on, unless you've still got a working operable PlayStation 3, or unless you were there at the time. I mean, this game was never really re-released outside of maybe emulators. It definitely wasn't accessible on like the PlayStation 4 or so far down the PS5. It was, if I remember right, it was a PlayStation exclusive. I could be misremembering there. Maybe it was also on Xbox 360 at the time. Either way, point is, the game has not had any sort of modern re-release, no HD remasters, no way to pick it up on digital shops, anything to that effect. So there's a cult following that are absolutely looking forward to this game, and they're going to want to re-experience it exactly as is. They're not going to want any sort of lines cut. They're not going to want any censorship to the outfits. They're not going to want the story changed or altered in any way. So yeah, when it comes to being free of censorship, that doesn't just mean, oh, sexy outfit, we want to see Chainsaw cheerleader girl, with the bouncing boobies and make sure her skirt is still short. Like, there's that too, but just respect the product as a whole, since people have not even been able to access this for who knows how many years, or at least not officially and frankly legally access it. Lollipop Chainsaw repop producer and CEO of its developer, Dragami Games, Yoshimi Yasuda, has assured fans the dev team behind the original release of the cult classic hack and slash title will have absolutely zero interest in seeing their work subjected to censorship. Now, I won't lie, I don't care that this guy has zero interest in seeing it, because the question is it going to happen anyway? At this point, we need to stop giving Shift Up, for those people that are still giving Shift Up the benefit of the doubt. For once Shift Up brought out, Stellar Blade, and there was that day one censorship patch, and everyone's like, blame Sony, it was all Sony's fault, make sure to attack Sony. I kicked back and was like, no. Shift Up had to have agreed to this in some way, shape, or form. They are not without blame. By all means, send all the vitriol to Sony. Go for it. But Shift Up cannot escape unscathed here. Now, whether they had zero interest in seeing their work edited or not doesn't alter the fact that it was altered. Now, hopefully, unlike what Lollipop Chainsaw is going to do, Shift Up has since doubled down. They have said the censored version that we got is the intended product. Obviously, we know that's not the case when they stated the day before it dropped, this game will release uncensored in all regions, and fans exploded with joy, only for 24 hours later to get a version of the game that had a day one update that literally censored the game. And for those that installed it that installed the digital download only version, they didn't even have a chance. At least the people that got the disc could avoid that install. But the fact of the matter is, these guys at Lollipop Chainsaw are saying they have zero interest in seeing their work subjected to censorship. I'm sure that's true. That doesn't mean it won't happen if they end up needing that big publisher money, so we'll see where it goes. Call me cautiously optimistic. I think we've earned that right after the Stellar Blade debacle. Yasuda, who served as a producer of the original Lollipop Chainsaw, proved his insight into the internal debate surrounding Repop's development on May 16th via a post made by his personal Twitter account. Therein, the succinctly informed the public in both Japanese and English, we, the original staff, had the same feelings about censorship as you do. And I love how he worded it like that, because it reminds me of that quote, you don't hate journalists enough. You might think you do, but you don't. You see that on X all the time, and frankly, that's 100% accurate. Like, I love that little meme, because you don't hate journalists enough. We all want to claim we do, but we don't. This, to me, just sort of reads in that same vein, and I'll be real, I can appreciate it. At current, it's unknown just how many of Lollipop Chainsaw's original production team, if any, have returned alongside Yasuda to develop Repop, though it is known that at the very least, director Suda51 and writer James Gunn, yes, that James Gunn, will not be among them. I'm gonna be real, I don't care about that. I don't care that James Gunn is not coming back, because the way I sees it, the game is already written. If they're being honest that they do not want to see the game censored, if it is a remake, well, then there should be no additional writing. It's already all been written. So yeah, James Gunn not coming back, or really any writers not coming back, to me is literally zero problem whatsoever. Now, because it's a remake, because they're probably updating like some quality of life features in the game, maybe they're going to do something like, here's some cut content that wasn't in the original, here are some extra levels maybe as DLC or whatever. Okay, yeah, you'll need a writer then if you're giving us, additional information or additional content that was not in the original game. But A, it's not a big deal that James Gunn wouldn't be coming back for that, and B, that's also not needed. If they do that, that's a really cool, icing on the cake, cherry on top the sundae. But that's not something that fans are needing. So, you know what? Again, just certain individuals not coming back, I don't think is going to make or break this game. However, regardless of whether the original devs are taking a stance against censorship from either an internal or external position, the fact they are also so willing and confident to speak up, if at all, even if via a collective statement issued by Yasuda, bodes well for the survival of Suda51 and Gunn's original artistic vision. And that's all you should want. That's all you should need. This game has a cult following. You've got folks who acknowledge that modern day video games cost $70, and they are saying, we have cash in hand. We will give you the cash in hand for an uncensored version of this game, which is the version that you also claim you want to make. This should be a very easy transaction. And if you do that, you give the customers what they want. They will continue to buy it from you. They will talk about how great it is. They will speak about it word of mouth. The game will sell more. It is very easy to do. So again, cautious optimism. That's the best I can give you. As noted above, this is not the first time Yasuda has affirmed Repop's intent to release uncensored. Speaking of the subject during an October 2023 interview with Automaton's Taijiro Yamanaka, which I did cover this back then. However, the information we got was a little bit different. It's been what, 6-8 months, something like that. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely worth the update, but I did cover this back in October when this initial interview dropped. The producer confirmed, now regarding the scenario and script of Repop, we have decided to use the original Lollipop Chainsaw scenario and script without any changes. Pressed for details on the requests of fans he had received, Yasuda detailed, we announced Repop for the first time in July last year, and we used the word remake without any specific explanation, which caused some anxiety amongst fans of the original game. In the following period, we received thousands of inquiries via email and social media from fans containing questions and requests about the project, and among them, please don't change the game's scenario and worldview, and please make it uncensored, were among the most requested. And that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. So here's the dealio. It looks like this company, Dragami Games, is responding to fan feedback, and I cannot tell you how important that is in the dark days of gaming that we are currently experiencing, between the Stellar Blade debacle, between the Helldivers 2 debacle, between the upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadow debacle, and then wanting to charge $130 for a game after they released Star Wars Outlaws, where they're charging $130 for a game. Oh, or you can pay $17.99 a month and just, use it on a subscription service. All this, plus Ghost of Tsushima has a controversy that's coming out right now with the PC port. Listening to your fans is tantamount. It is absolutely necessary. It is the only thing that these customers care about, because the customers are the ones paying for it. So the fact that this company is out here actually doing that gives me so much hope. How much pull does the publisher have? That's a big damn question. From there, we made the decision to make the changes to the script, taking into account both the wishes of users and international reviews. He then recalled, as for the request for the game to be uncensored, we are also working on realizing this to the best of our ability. Now, that doesn't sound good. When he says we're looking on, realizing it to the best of our ability, it sounds like pretty wishy-washy. But remember, this is from October of last year, as opposed to this tweet is literally from a few days ago. So it seems like there may have been some changes going on at Dragami Games, and hopefully they are changes for the better. Because, I mean, this really shouldn't be that much of a problem. Again, we're talking about a cult classic game that has got individuals who right now are stoked, will buy this day one, and it's not even that old of a game. Like I said, it was from the PlayStation 3 era. Have things really changed so much that we can't remake a PlayStation 3 game and, oh no, have to change so much for social context or for political and ideological reasons? XYZ has become problematic in the last 10 to 15 years. Obviously, I'm being rhetorical. Yeah, we do see that all the time, and it's something I'm getting damn tired of. Now, frankly, I don't even think the games from that era need to be remade. The vast majority of them hold up beautifully. You can still pop on a PS3 and play it. Try playing Resident Evil 5 on the PS3. It still looks and feels great. However, for a game like Lollipop Chainsaw, where it never got subsequent ports or releases, I don't know, I give this one a bit of a pass. I think this is a good idea, but I'm wondering if they are truly ready for what is coming for them, because with Shift Up and with Stellar Blade being the ultimate letdown in terms of us gamers thinking these corporations, these particular companies were on our side, were on the side of the gamer, for our hopes and dreams and our trust just be thrown away and dashed as quickly as they were, as abruptly as they were. I don't know, Lollipop Chainsaw could be picking up where Stellar Blade left off, and if so, are these guys ready to see a cultural, political, and social battle being fought with their game as the avatar for that battle? I don't know, because that's a pretty tall order, but it's one that I think might actually happen. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about video games or the Gamergate situation, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose videos for me to react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get in on the discourse with over 70 other vital idols. It is a growing, vibrant, beautiful community where we only care about one sort of diversity, real diversity, diversity of thought. So I'd love to see you there. Join the Discord, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.